So this is just a few of the greatest parts that I marked for Reader's Digest September 2021. Tomorrow is book drop off for my work mom Deb, and it is full. Full, full, full. I mean, I just dropped off last weekend, so you wouldn't think it'd be that full, but it is. Okay, how to boost your energy. Do you feel pooped all day? The solution might not be to get more sleep, by Vanessa Moline. Now, what interested me was they talk about how to boost your energy in a minute or less. Pour some peppermint tea, open the blinds, take a few deep breaths, chew a piece of sugar-free gum, and sing along to a song. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but I'll leave that marked so I can know what that's marked for. It's a great article. I suggest you check it out. I'm trying just to go over this briefly. Again, pick up the book. The reason I'm going over it briefly is the cats are in the other room. I don't want to leave them alone too long, so briefly until we get to the word power. There's 13 Things What Your Amazon Driver Wants You to Know by Michelle Crouch. And there's actually 13 things that the Amazon driver wants you to know. So in order to know what those 13 things are, you got to pick up the Reader's Digest for September 2021. Okay, going forward. Best Pest Contest. They had this contest to find out what pet was the best of all of the US of A, and the Little Hero Horse Magic from High Springs, Florida won, and it's such cute little horse named Magic, and there's a great article on Magic. Be sure to check out the article. Again, trying to give you a rough draft of what to read in this book. There's so many great things, but those are the main things you should take away. Now, word power. This is where we play word power, where I read you the name of what it is. I write it down, you write it down, and then at the end of this, we'll find out who is right, who is wrong. Let's have some fun, and let me get a piece of paper so we can play this together. Donna, you are not organized. Yes, I noticed. Okay. I just dropped all the papers on the floor. Good job. Okay. Can you tell that my life is that depressing? That we're playing this word game and you're not even here to play with me. What's in a name? More than you might realize. At least in the case of this month's column, each entry is a common English word that doubles as a proper name. For example, you might sing a carol, walk for miles, or rob a bank to get rich quick. Wade through the quiz and then skip to the next page for the answers. And the quiz is by Sarah Chazet. Now, here, number your paper from 1 to 15. It's I'm going to read you off what it is. Then you have to guess A through C, A, B, or C, the definition. Now, Jimmy is a verb. Is it to A, dance a jig, B, force open, or C, sprinkle? I'm going to go with force open. B. Now 2 is Lee, and it's spelled L-E-A. It's a noun. Now is it A, a wreath, B, a shelter, or C, a pasture? I'm going to go with it's a shelter, B. Okay, now the third one is tad, T-A-D, and it's a noun. Is it A, small amount, B, rascal, C, tree frog? I'm going to go with small amount, A. 4, derrick, and that's a noun. Is it A, a machine for lifting, B, a fortress, or C, a dirt bike? I'm going to go with A, machine for lifting. Number 5. I have to play with the cats. They just wandered in. Number 5 is a Jenny, and that's spelled J-E-N-N-Y. It's a noun. Is it A, weekend trip, B, a female bird, C, an opera singer? I'm going to go with A weekend trip again. 6, don, D-O-N, it's a verb. Is it A, to celebrate, B, a put on, or C, pose as? I'm going to go with B, put on. 7, warren, that's W-A-R-R-E-N, it's a noun. Is it A, A, official document, B, a maze of passageways, or C, a criminal plot? I'm going to go with maze of passageways. B. 8. Patsy, it's a noun. Is it A, a sidekick, B, a pushover, or C, a homemaker? I'm going to go with B, a pushover. 9. Chad, and that's spelled C-H-A-D. It's a noun. Is it A, a cardboard piece, B, a yacht's deck, or C, an underachiever? I'm going to go with cardboard piece. A. 10. Barb, it's a noun. B-A-R-B. Is it A, a fence post, B, a short haircut, C, a biting remark? I'm going to go with C, a biting remark. 11. Jasper, and it's spelled J-A-S-P-E-R. It's a noun. Is it A, a popular tree, B, a billy goat, or C, a green quartz? Let's go with a popular tree. 12. Sally, spelled S-A-L-L-Y. It's a verb. Is it A, float, B, to tattle, or C, to set out? Let's go with B, to tattle. 13. Tucker, T-U-C-K-E-R. It's a verb. Is it A, attire, B, to retreat, or C, to argue? I'm going to go with C, argue. 14. Tiffany, it's a noun. Is it a colorful glass, a calm sea, a sheer gauze? I'm going to go with a colorful glass. 15. Harry, and it's a verb. Is it A, to befriend, B, to delay, or C, to torment? I'm going to go with A, to befriend. Okay, so we're going to go ahead here and go with the answers. 1 is B, and that's for Jimmy, to force open. Donna got that right. And that thief used a butter knife to jimmy the lock. See, that's your example. Number 2 is C, a pasture, for Leah. Donna got that wrong. Behind the old farmhouse is a Leah dotted with sheep and cows. Okay. 3 is tad, and it's a small amount. Donna got that right. Would you like a tad more cream in your coffee? 4, derrick, is a machine used for lifting. The crew used a derrick to raise the granite blocks from the quarry floor, and Donna got that right. 5 is B, Jenny, a female bird. The Jenny Wren offered her chicks a juicy worm. Donna got that wrong. That should be B. 6 is B, Don, to put on. Batman donned his mask and cape and then raced to the Gotham to save the day. Yay, Donna got that right. 7 is Warren, maze of passageways. We got hopefully lost in the city's warren of back streets. And that is B. Donna got that right. Okay, 8 is B, pushover, for Patsy. Donna got that right. I'm done being the patsy of this company. I quit, Nick declared. 9 is A, Chad, a cardboard piece. In the 2000 presidential election, the hanging Chads from the punch card ballots became a national obsession, and Donna got that right. 10 is C, Barb, biting remark. The feuding pop stars traded barbs on Twitter. Donna got that right. 11 is C, Jasper, a green quartz. Brandy's green favorite bracelet has turquoise jasper and silver beads. Donna got that wrong. Number 12, Sally, is to set out. Jean and Laurel are about to sally forth on the trip of a lifetime, a cruise around the world. That is C, and Donna got that wrong. 13 is A, Tucker, is to tire. You think that after an afternoon at the water park would be tuckered out by the kids, but they're still full of energy. And that should be A. 14 is C, Tiffany is a sheer gauze. Rachel insisted that her bridesmaids' dresses be made of pink and Tiffany. 15 is Harry, C, torment. Our dog's favorite activity is harrying the mailman. No, got it wrong. Let's see how many we all got right now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. I got 8. So I'm patting on the back. If you got 9 and below, you pat yourself on the back. 10 and 12 is above the norm, and 13 to 15, you're a high mark. So there's your word power for the day. And anyway, just kind of a little depressed tonight, but I'll get through it. That's just life for you, you know. But it is what it is. I should be very proud of myself today. I went outside and I just went to town trimming and cutting, and I even went outside and cut more on the apple tree, which I haven't updated you guys in a while. We've been trimming on the apple tree to try and not only get some of the bad apples out of the way, but they're hanging so low because of the heavy apples. So had to trim on it last weekend. Thank goodness we've had the help of Rory, which is Mackenzie's boyfriend, and he's been so helpful and so wonderful. So we're so blessed to have him. And also got to just get the... Today I had to go out there and work on it because the limbs are hanging again so low. And the apples, I wish I could say they're all great, but they're not. This has not been the year for our produce or my tomatoes. I only got 2 tomatoes so far from my tomato vines. So I'm really disappointed in that, and disappointed that I haven't had much time really to really look after them. And I apologize to the tomatoes, if you will. But it is what it is. See you next time. God bless. I don't know when next time's going to be at this point. I know I'm off tomorrow, but I'm really looking forward to the Ryan Pavey movie tomorrow night. I love Ryan Pavey, and we're not going tomorrow night to the picnic. We went tonight, and my mom and Kinsey got some plans tomorrow, and we've got to do some grocery shopping, and Grandpa doesn't feel like going to the picnic, so it kind of, it's hard for me because I'd rather see him go and try to go and enjoy himself than not go at all. And anyway, I was glad I got to go tonight. Cousin Penny, this was her first time to go, so that was really cool. And took Kinsey with us, and we got to enter in on the drawings. And then after we did that, I bought everybody a lemon shake up, and then that was my treat to them. And came home, went to County Market to get my mom some things, and then after that decided that we would come home and visit a little bit more, and we did. And then they left, and that's that. So I'm going to go catch up on AEW wrestling because I watched our St. Louis Cardinals lose tonight. Can you tell I'm not happy? And hopefully they'll win again tomorrow. I wish they wouldn't put it on the same time as the Hallmark movie because I can already tell I'm going to be channel chasing. But because the Hallmark movie has got Ryan Pavey in it, one of my heartthrobs. And thank God for him right now because I'm just a little down and out right now, if you haven't noticed. But I'll get through it. It's no big deal. It's nothing I haven't went through before. I'm just not a size 6 and not a fast moving train, but that's okay. Anyway, enough said. I've reviewed the book with you, told you I wish you all the best. Stay safe, stay well. If you haven't got vaccinated, do it. And it's hard when you have someone, because you all know I believe that my grandma strongly had COVID when she passed. And we had to enter the room wearing gloves, wearing a robe, and a mask, and they urged us not to get close to her. That was probably the hardest part, and I miss her greatly. It's just not the same doing some of these things that we always did as a family, and it really hits you hard. I'm gonna go wash off my makeup and probably watch AEW wrestling to see CM Punk make his comeback. Because I'm really shocked that he decided to come back to wrestling after he was adamant that he was done. Walking away, remember? And, I don't know. We'll just go from there. I'm going to send some prayers up right now for my friend who was affected with COVID, um, and his family and his friends and everybody that loves him as well. I'm going to send them up in prayer. And I wish you all the very best. And thank you for tuning in. God bless.